So you've gone into business, you've had your first successes, you've been selling product, you've been making some money, but you're wondering, how can I grow my business? I was stuck in that phase for a long time. I would do little things. I'd hire people here or there, and then you go on these highs where you're hiring people, you get overwhelmed, and you pull back and say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm too stressed. Everything's too hard. And there's a couple things that I really had to change in how I looked at my business in order to do that. The first big thing, I've talked about it before, is I had to step out of the business, out of the day-to-day work part of the business. I own a business in the construction industry, and I was on the tools all day, every day. Then in evenings, on weekends, I would do all the rest of the work. I do all the estimates. I do all the phoning people back, and that's sustainable for the first bit when you're excited about your business, but it pretty soon gets exhausting. You run out of steam. I remember telling my wife every year for years, hey, I'm done. I can no longer do this. Just burnt out. Don't love what I'm doing anymore. And finally, our biggest thing was we ended up going and getting some business coaching, which I suggest to everyone. It's a great thing to do. But I made a couple changes. I started making plans. I started making I made goals. I set short-term, I set long-term goals. My short-term goal was that I wanted to be off the tools, and I set that goal for 2 months away, and that way it would give me some time to figure out, how am I going to do this? Who am I going to leave in charge when I'm gone? I hired some more guys, and I kind of made that first step. And when I remember the day I decided, hey, I'm off the tools, and I literally had no clue what to do. I drove around not knowing what to do because I'd run my business for so many years. But that was the first step. That was probably the biggest step. So I did that for a year. I was off the tools. It was great. But I still was overwhelmed. I still was completely overwhelmed. And so I started making more goals. I decided to hire a production manager full-time, which was a great step for me. It was a really big move to allow me to have more time to do the things that I needed to do, to actually dream about what I wanted the business to be, what I wanted to do. And that's when I actually started actually making some real money, is by starting to create systems that I had a project manager who would run my jobs, organize everything. It was great. So now we're a couple of years into that. We've developed a bunch of systems. We've added crews, added members, and now we're at a point where we can add people into the system, and it can go smoothly. It's not a big. We can look forward and be like, hey, who's the next person we need to add? Where are we failing as a company? Where do we need to advance? And it's a great place to be. But the first step for me was really just to start to change my mindset, start working on my business. You hear that a lot. It's kind of a cliche thing, but actually to step back, be able to hire people to fill the roles that you used to play in the business, and step back and actually do the owning of the business, actually do the running of how this business works behind the scenes, not the day-to-day process. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of hope. I'm 3 years into that process. I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet. I'm constantly working on things, but it's great on the other end. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, a lot of work to change your mindset. I used to think I was the only one who could do all the day-to-day stuff. I had to be there to make sure the quality was okay. I had to be there to see every little thing being done, oversee every little thing, and basically micromanage everything, and I realized that, hey, you know, that's not actually what my role is. My role is to create the vision, to oversee, and we had to work at quality control. How do I do quality control if I'm not on the job site? That was a big thing, but when you're not there every day doing the work, you can take a step back and look at what needs to happen, what roles need to be filled, what needs to change in your business. Make a vision for the future, what you need to do. So like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to put on more of these little videos. Let me know if there's in the comments if there's anything you'd like to hear about. I'm 3 years into this process. We've tripled our business. It's been an incredible run. I'm enjoying myself again. I'm enjoying my business. I love it again, something that I didn't think would ever happen again. So thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.